You are listening to Let the Money Talk podcast, a podcast where our PhillipCapital's experts deconstruct world-class tactics, tools, and routines for managing your finances. I'm Rashawn, your host for Money Never Sleeps. Stay tuned for our experts' top tips.
Good afternoon, I'm Rashawn Gidwani and welcome to Let the Money Talk. Today we'll be discussing what the four components of a solid financial plan are. I'm the presenter for Pitch Media and today we have a very special guest joining us to shed some light on the matter, Mr. Chua In Chong. Hi In Chong, glad to have you here with us today.
Thank you, Roshan, for having me on the program. Hello, everyone. My name is In Chong, Financial Advisory Consultant at PhillipCapital. Before I begin, my sharing is purely based on my personal opinion and should not be construed as professional financial consultation advice. So without further ado, let's get started.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to your insight today, and I'm sure our audience is too. Firstly, before anyone constructs a solid financial plan, why do you think it is important?
I believe that having a financial plan is essential to protect you and your family from any unforeseen circumstances, such as disability to work in the event of accident or illness or old age when one is no longer able to work. Nowadays, actually, many of my clients focus solely on building their wealth portfolio, neglecting important components such as protection and distribution of assets. However, does having an investment portfolio mean that you have a solid financial plan? Actually, the simple answer is no. It takes more than that. There are four components that you need to consider when making a financial plan.
Right. So even if you have an investment portfolio, it doesn't equate to a solid financial plan. Distribution of assets is important also. And of course, we must protect ourselves against unforeseen circumstances like you mentioned. You mentioned four components In Chong to making a financial plan. Let's start with the first two. Is it very hard to grasp? I hope not. Please tell us more, In Chong.
Okay, it's actually not that complex. The first component of a financial plan will be asset protection. This component is as important as your investment. Just a short disclaimer, there's no one-size-fits-all kind of solution, and I will highly recommend all investors to seek professional advice. So as a general rule of thumb, you will need around 10 times of your annual income for death and TBD, and around 5 times of your annual income for your critical illness coverage. We also cannot forget the basic line of defense, which is your hospitalization and personal accident plans. So moving forward, the second component of a financial plan will be asset accumulation. This component must be customized towards your investment objective, time horizon, risk profile, and your budget. It has to be well diversified with a dollar cost averaging strategy known as DCA, of course with a long-term horizon. And a well-diversified long-term investment strategy with DCA is usually underestimated during a bull run, as its importance is most evident during a market correction. For example, rising interest rates have caused the stock market to crash more than 15%, so as the crash of a popular cryptocurrency as well. Hence, I would urge all investors to look into their portfolio and make sure they are well diversified, keeping in mind that they will make a long-term investment with DCA strategy.
Right. So a well-diversified portfolio is the way to go, and long-term investments will pay off eventually, right? So we shouldn't expect returns right away. Also, we should keep in mind that interest rates are rising. And if you're keen on being financially well off, then you cannot forget a hospitalization and personal accident plan. And of course, professional advice should be garnered because there's no one-size-fits-all type of plan. Wouldn't you say, In Chong?
Yep.
Right. So now moving forward, what are the third and fourth components to creating a sound financial plan?
The third component will be asset preservation. When nearing your retirement, you should look for investment that can preserve your capital and still pays you a dividend in the long run. For example, putting a lump sum of fund into a dividend portfolio that pays you a 50,000 per year, this is equivalent to a 4.2K per month, which might be a good sum of money for your retirement. last but not least, the fourth and the final last component of a financial plan would be asset distribution. A solid financial plan is actually incomplete without asset distribution. To put matters crudely, how scary it will be if you have no control over your asset on how it's going to be distributed with your passing. You definitely don't want to destroy your years of hard work with your money falling into the wrong hands. Hence, it's essential for you to write a will or set up a trust. In fact, I have many young clients who are already doing it for themselves or for their family.
Wow, that's brilliant. Yeah, absolutely. You've got to make sure you know who your money is going to. So you actually made me think to myself, and Chong, now that I know the 4 components of creating a solid financial plan, would you say I can create one or draw one up myself?
I think it depends. You can do it if you have the knowledge of all the financial instruments and if you have the time to monitor it yourself. However, most of my clients would rather work with a financial professional to free up their time for other more important areas of their life, such as spending quality time with their family and loved ones. With that, I finished today's sharing. I hope that this sharing has been informative to you. Thank you and have a great day ahead. For those people who are looking to optimize your financial portfolio, please do not hesitate to contact me at bit.ly TTP in Chong.
Awesome. Thank you so much, In Chong. You can follow our Phillip Wealth Advisory Facebook page at www.facebook.com/Phillip Wealth Advisory or connect with In Chong at bit.ly TTP In Chong if you have further inquiries. Stay tuned for our next episode, which will be released soon. Also, tune in at 10 a.m. on PhillipCapital's YouTube and Facebook page for Singapore's most up-to-date financial news, the Daily Morning Note, presented by me. See ya.
Thank you very much for listening. If you enjoyed this podcast, please forward it to others, share it on social media, and leave a review. Follow this channel for other podcasts.